Welcome to the Brash Sports Podcast, brought to you by coming back from the bathroom at a restaurant. Your food is there. Big night out at Chili's. Fajita's taking a little longer than you'd like? Try getting up and going to the bathroom. There's a 97.5% chance that your sizzling little skillet will be waiting for you hot and fresh out the kitchen when you return. Give it a shot next guys' night out, family dinner, or blind Tinder date. And when you do, be sure to use promo code BRASH, Remix Edition, hot and fresh out the kitchen 69 to save 20%. Odds of returning to table food closer to 25%. All rights reserved. Offer null and voided. Applebee's. Brash Sports is not affiliated with R. Kelly in any way, shape, or form. What is going on, B? That's our first promo with the fine print in there.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That was.
What are we getting into tonight, buddy? I feel like there's a lot on the docket.
It's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting week with a whole lot of nothing going on. We got a whole lot of something going on. And what better way to kick things off than with a little bit of baseball? America's pastime.
And how about we go ahead and pass on it?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Let's go ahead and...
If there's anything anybody knows about Brash Sports, we do not in any way endorse the sport of baseball. Wait a second. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. What is that?
What the hell is that?
What the?
Oh no!
She said, "Don't give me no lines and keep your
This
hands
is
to yourself."
ridiculous. We've been joined by our first guest. It's Johnny. Johnny has officially joined the show here at Brash Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to set the record straight with these two fellas about what's going on the baseball diamond.
Please, see, our MLB expert. We knew you were there, waiting in the wings, and here you are. It is good to have you. It's good to have you. Even though you're just jumping in the middle of our show, we'll allow it because we like
maybe a call first next time or something.
Maybe a bit of a heads up.
Considering the way you fellas have been acting, there was only one way to do it: kick the fucking door down. Okay,
fair enough.
Mission
fair enough. All right,
successful. What do we got, Johnny?
So
What's
what are
going
your
on,
thoughts, man?
First and foremost, you fellas are not taking into consideration that today is one day until Jackie Robinson, 75 years ago, broke the color barrier, okay?
All right,
a lot of people are saying that he shattered the thing, but we're just going to go with broke it. He did big things. He changed sports forever, so let's not forget that, okay?
42.
So we're racist if we don't like baseball, is what you're saying?
More or less. Come on. If you don't like baseball, you don't like the way they changed the world, obviously, because if it hadn't been for baseball, no one would have ever been integrated. Clearly, if baseball hadn't done it, then it never would have happened.
That's a hot take.
What do we think?
I like that.
That's as simple as it is, okay?
So real quick, what's the difference between breaking and shattering the color barrier? Just curious.
Unfortunately, I cannot give you that analysis.
That's
shattering.
Too hot a topic. We're not getting into that.
Too hot. Okay, I'm only a breaker. Okay, I'm not a shatterer. Okay?
All right, fair enough.
If I was a shatterer, it would be a completely different podcast. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, shit, man. Well, who do you like this year, dude? Because I'll be honest, the only time I really get into baseball games is when I bet money on them. So who are some sneaky picks I should be on the hunt for? Like, who should we look out for? Are there any surprise teams or anything?
I don't know if there's any surprises this year. The Dodgers are going to be good.
Okay.
The Devil Rays... the Rays, sorry, excuse me, I'm a little old sometimes.
No, I still thought they were the Devil Rays. I have no idea.
I know, the Devil Rays, right?
Devil Rays,
because there was something... What was wrong with the Devil Rays?
Christians were not happy about that name.
You can't have the Devil Rays, but you can have the New Jersey Devils in the NHL. It's the damnedest thing. But
what does that say about baseball?
Well, as shitty as that team always was, for some reason, just dropping the devil made them better. So if you've got any questions in the world, there it is. Baseball That's again. True. Laying it down, you lose devil, all of a sudden you become good. You break the color barrier, no one would have done it. You lose devil, you become a good team. That's how it works out.
Okay.
Is baseball too religious? We'll save that for our next segment.
Listen, fellas, I gotta tell you, boys. Shohei Ohtani is someone we have to put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah.
He is
I like
one of
it.
the
I like
best
it.
athletes in the world. He only thinks about sports. He only thinks about baseball all day long. He doesn't want to learn different languages. He doesn't want to drive a car. He doesn't want to learn how to chew gum, walk down the street. None of that stuff. Baseball, 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 pitching, hitting, being the best baseball player on the planet. I mean, he's a man after my own heart. What can I say?
Yeah, that was a really cool story last year following that along, like how many home runs he hit and how well he was doing on the mound. Like he's definitely he could get me fired up for some baseball just following him along.
He is just a fun guy to watch. There's a few guys who are fun to watch as well. Vladimir Guerrero is crushing the ball. The guy got a giant gash on his hand last night and then hit 3 home runs. I mean, he is the descendant of a giant home run hitter as well. He is just a fun kid to watch play ball.
Okay.
All right. Getting me a little fired up.
Listen, y'all got to tune in, man. It's going to be a good season. They crunched it a little bit, obviously, because we missed a week of it. Don't ask me to tell you why, because for some reason there wasn't enough money for them to just play ball. But I think we talk about that every time these guys, strike or lock out because they can't figure out who wants $1 million and who wants $1 billion. So, but we're happy to see baseball being played, and hopefully it's a good season.
What are the Red Sox going to do?
They will probably suck.
Bummer.
Listen, man, I love my team, and I expect them to do well just because I feel like they have some sort of pride. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. The pitching, I don't think is going to be good. I think they're going to score some runs, but I don't think they're going to be able to hang around with some of these other teams that can drop bombs. I mean, they're in a division alone with the Blue Jays and the Yankees that are going to hit. I mean, they might both score 900 runs. They're going to hit a shit ton of home runs. I mean, they got home run hitters top to bottom. So look for some good teams to come out of the East, and then watch for those Dodgers out in the West.
Okay.
All right. But no sneaky. I mean, the Dodgers are always like a favorite going in. And sorry for interrupting, Brandon. I know you're eager to learn.
No, I'm comfortable observing. All right, and taking in the baseball knowledge that Johnny has to offer. I would like to hear about some dark horses, though.
We're this is an underdog podcast.
Picks, Johnny.
The underdogs. That's what you guys
want. You
gotta
have to do something with that ghost. That ghost behind you is freaking us all out here. You're gonna have to do something about that.
I did not know you were in a haunted house right now, man.
Me neither. But thanks for letting me know. I mean, Jesus. Someone must be peeking in one to hear,
It's okay. We'll talk about the supernatural on our supernatural podcast that shortly follows Brash Sports. But
listen, fellas, dark horses. Let's see. I mean, if I'm pulling one out just because they're always a good team. I mean, like St. Louis, is going to play good ball. I would hope that the Angels would finally start, winning some ball games, considering they have 2 of the best players in the major leagues over there in LA. We'll see how it goes in the next few. I mean, y'all know the baseball's the gauntlet. Like it could start one way, and a week later it could be a whole different thing. So that's how it goes.
The gauntlet, huh?
Yes, the season is long. It's a long season. Many games to be played. Are we? What's the number now? How many games in a season? Because I thought they're
playing 100. They're playing 162 still. They're not.
It's
they
still
don't shorten nothing up.
Okay.
They changed a few things. What they do? They added a few teams to the playoffs this year.
The ghost.
The ghost.
It would appear we have another guest here on the podcast.
You gotta be careful, man.
2 surprised guests.
Yeah. What I'll have to do is I'll have to get out of my son's bedroom where I'm doing my recording tonight. We were throwing it together a little bit, okay? I mean, we just had
way more official than my shitty setup, so I think you're good. Man.
Oh, I would definitely say that B's got it going on up there. He's got his Man City. I had a Messi back here.
It's quite legit.
It had to go, We couldn't be having no Messi in the baseball segment.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, especially if you're going to hijack our podcast, you can't have any
Well,
soccer gear,
pop
football.
in here.
Sometimes you got to come in like stone cold. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you got to come in,
Yeah.
drop some stunners on everybody, and let them know that baseball season has started.
I'm definitely feeling more like Vince McMahon right now, but
We heard a little change in the pocket going jingle-ling-lingle, and it was our buddy, our friend Johnny, and he is our MLB expert. He is now going to be joining us regularly. You know, I mean, anytime he feels like popping in, showing us.
Regularly is a good word for it. Regularly is a yeah.
If he's got some shit he wants to tell us about what's going on in the baseball world and explain what's going on inside of his haunted house, he's going to drop in and he's going to fill us in on what's going on. And, you know, we'll get ghosts and MLB all in one segment when it comes to Johnny Wolf.
All right, fellas. Well, I have a ghost ass to go kick. So
be careful out there. It's dangerous.
All right, be safe, buddies.
All right,
later.
Thanks for joining us. Peace.
See you, bye.
Peace.
All right. Well, that's over.
There we have it. There we have it. Finally getting a little baseball in the mix on the podcast.
Hey, thank you, Johnny, for hopping in. Even though you did kind of hijack the show there for a little bit right at the beginning. We do appreciate you popping in. The first ever official guest on Brash Sports.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, a phone call next time, Johnny, would be nice.
Just a little heads up. We need some preparation. You know, what are we going to ask this guy?
Yeah, I didn't have anything prepped. I always like to. I like to have a nice, thorough list of things to talk about, talking points.
I've been working on some questions for next time. And, you know, that way I'm a little bit more prepared. And, you know, just some basic things like, you know, what is baseball? Why do people watch it?
What are baseballs made out of? I'd like to know that.
Exactly. I'd
like to figure that out.
How? You know, how many stitches in a baseball? Actually, there are baseball fans that do know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's probably true. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to the shit that we were going to skip over baseball to talk about. And you know I'm talking about those NBA playoffs, baby. It is that time of year. It is finally here. We teased it a little bit last week. We're ready to get into it. Well, at least I'm ready to get into it.
You're ready, therefore I have to be ready, and we're gonna put our brackets together right here, right now. Let's do it, man.
I love it. Now, full disclosure, mine is already filled out. I have been very excited. At the time of recording this, we don't know exactly who's going to be in. We're waiting on results of play-in games, which will take place tomorrow night. But I have a feeling I know how those are going to go. And also, doesn't really matter who makes it in because they're going to get beat in the first round anyway. So we can just dive right in. Brandon, you ready to do this thing or what?
I'm following your lead, my friend. Let's go.
All right, perfect. So let me just get a little sippy sip. Let me
for a second there.
Let me get the palate cleanse.
I was getting scared. I'm like, if I have to run this NBA bracket all by myself, it's going to be trouble.
Right. You're like, I like the Wizards.
Yeah.
Wizards all over.
What? Wizards. Right.
So starting in the East, well, actually, let me start with the play-in games. So tomorrow night, we've got Atlanta versus Cleveland and New Orleans versus the Los Angeles Clippers. I like Cleveland and the Clippers in those matchups. Don't ask me why. I don't want to tell you. So starting in the East, our first matchup, going top to bottom, we'd have Miami versus Cleveland. Cleveland was a super sneaky team this year. I had them preseason at the bottom of the East. I'm shocked at how well they've played. Jarrett Allen is a huge reason for that, and unfortunately, he is going to miss the playoffs. So there's just a super young team. They can really go nowhere but up. But Evan Mobley's a fucking beast. but they're just outranked with the Heat, especially with Bam doing his thing down low for the Heat and no Jarrett Allen to guard him. I think Miami wins this series pretty easily. I've got the Heat winning in 5 games, but I could see it being a sweep. What are your thoughts?
Well, you stole my thunder. I got Miami in a sweep. I don't care who it's against. I mean, I guess it would be the winner of either Atlanta and Cleveland, correct? It doesn't matter who wins. They're playing Miami. And I'm looking at both those teams, and I could see why you picked Cleveland, by the way, in Cleveland, because the Hawks' away record is 16-25. So give me Cleveland all day. But when it comes to going up against a legit contender in the Miami Heat, I got Miami in a sweep. Get out the broom. Miami's moving on.
All right. I like it. All right. Cool. So same page there. So they would face then the winner of the Sixers-Raptors matchup. I like the Sixers here, but I don't think it's going to be super close. I do think the Sixers are just more experienced. They've got more veterans. The Raptors are a young team. The Sixers have got Embiid and Harden, who can just take over games at any given point. The Raptors don't really have that guy yet. They rely more on just team ball. And I think that the home field advantage especially is going to get them because they're a young team. So give me the Sixers in 6 games.
Ooh, all right. Wow. Now, is there a particular reason you just jumped right to the Raptors-Sixers from the Miami-Cleveland game? Do you have them in any particular order? All right, why is that?
Well, I have them in the order of who they would play. So the Heat, so if the Heat move on, they get the winner of the Sixers-Raptors, right?
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
All right. Wow, these teams are evenly matched. This is a 7-game series. I'm going to go. Yeah. And because I can't in any way, shape, or form pick a Philly team in a coin flip, I'm going with the Raptors.
I like it.
Toronto in 7.
Toronto in 7.
It's coming together.
That would be in Philadelphia. I love seeing sad Philadelphia fans. So I hope you're right. I genuinely hope you're right.
Sneaky, sad Philly fans. You can smell it right now. And it stinks. But it smells good at the same time. It's like a skunk on the side of the road.
You get a whiff and you want a little more, but you don't really.
Man, it stinks, and I acknowledge it, but I'm not doing anything about it. I'm still sniffing. What's wrong with me? It's like that.
That is the perfect analogy for Philly.
All right, that's the best, and it's the only analogy. All right, let's move on.
Next up on my very official, very professional-looking bracket that I wrote by hand, I've got the Bucks versus the Bulls. If you have listened to the podcast in the last few weeks, you know how I feel about the Bucks. I really love them to come out of the East. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, though. I actually think that they match up well against the Bulls. I don't think that the Bulls can stop Giannis when Giannis gets hot. I think now that they've got a title under their belt, they're coming in the playoffs with a ton of confidence. And the Bulls are without Lonzo Ball, who's one of their best defenders, and they can rely on him to knock down jump shots. So I like the Bucks in 5 for this matchup, which I think, I think a lot of people are gonna get a lot of hate mail about, not hate mail, but a lot of emails disagreeing, saying, "Whoa, give the Bulls some credit." I like the Bulls. I've been high on the Bulls all year, but I think they ran into a really shitty time to play the Bucks right now. So yeah, give me the Bucks in 5.
I'm giving the Bulls a little bit, just a tad more credit. I'm getting the Bucks in 6.
Bucks in 6, baby. All my Wisconsin friends know about the Bucks in 6. So then the Bucks would get the winner of the Celtics-Nets matchup, which I think is going to be the best series in the first round.
Okay, I like it.
So, again, if we trail back a few weeks, I said watch out for the Celtics.
That's your team. That's your team.
I bought them preseason. I sold them before the All-Star break. I bought them again after the All-Star break and said, watch out for this team. I am on tape. You can go back and watch it in one of the other. I don't know. I have no idea what episode it was.
Watch it.
Yeah, just watch all of them just to be safe. But they came roaring back second half of the season to get that number 2 seed. Nobody saw it coming except for this guy. Give me the Nets in 7.
Oh, after all that. The build-up.
After all that, they don't have Williams. He's their dependable defender down in the paint. The Nets, veteran leadership, they're going to just edge them out. It's 7-game series. I think it's going to be the most entertaining one of the first round, but I mean, you can't just write off Kevin Durant. I do like the Celtics. Watch out for them next year for sure.
You've
but
convinced me.
This year, right now, give me the Nets.
You have convinced me, my friend. I got the Celtics in 5.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I called it. I called it right after the All-Star break. I think when we were doing our All-Star break extravaganza, maybe that was episode 2. I don't know. But I said, I love the Celtics. Watch out for them. They proved me right, and now I'm picking against them. How do you like that?
So that's officially the first winner that we differ on, correct? Out of the first 4.
You have the Raptors. No, you have the Raptors.
Oh, you picked 76ers. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's right. My bad.
Quick recap. I have Heat in 5, Sixers in 6, Bucks in 5, Nets in 7.
Gotcha.
For my
Heat
quick
in 4,
run.
Raptors in 7, Bucks in 6, Celtics in 5. All right.
So do you want to finish out the East and then jump to the West, or jump to the first round of the West right now?
I'm following your lead, as we mentioned. So let's go. I'm jotting it down on my little notepad, and it's really sloppy. And
I say we stay on the train going east right now. Let's go ahead and finish up that side of the bracket. Then we'll jump in the West, and then we'll talk championship. Okay.
All right.
So our first matchup: Heat, Sixers. Gonna be a hell of a series. Bam Adebayo versus Joel Embiid. You got Jimmy Butler versus oh my God, the fucking beer, James Harden. Dude, great matchups, veteran teams. Heat went to the finals a few years ago. Sixers have been sniffing it for a few years. I think this is the Sixers' year, though. I think they've got a little edge over Miami. They've got more clutch players than Miami. Give me the Sixers and give them to me in 6 games again.
Wow, I got the Heat in 6 against the Raptors. Against the Raptors, not
oh,
the
that's
76ers.
Right. Yeah, so the Heat. I would like the Heat over the Raptors too. I think. They match up a little better against them. But all right, good.
All right. So
you've got.
So now you have the next one. You have Brooklyn versus the Bucks, and I have Boston versus the Bucks.
A lot of bees in here, B. So Bucks, Nets. It's no secret how I feel about the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're the most well-rounded team in the East. I think they, again, can just feed Giannis, and no one in the NBA can stop Giannis when he fucking gets on a hot streak. The Nets have weapons. They've got Kevin Durant, who's maybe the best pure scorer of all time. But give me the Bucks in 6. Bucks in 6.
I got the Bucks in 5. Bucks in 5. 5 Bucks.
So over the Celtics, right?
I got them over the Celtics. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. If the Celtics don't have Williams, they don't have a shot in hell against the Bucks. So I like that. I like that a lot. So we both have the Bucks moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. I've got the Sixers. You've got the Heat. I think, man, either way, that's going to be a hell of a series, whether it's Heat or Sixers against the Bucks. And I also think that either way, the Bucks are going to win that series. So I like them over the Sixers. I think this is where the Sixers they've run out of steam right at this point, and I don't think James Harden is enough to get them over that hump. He has a tendency to choke in big games, choke in the playoffs, and the Bucks are just a little more clutch. And that Giannis and Embiid potential matchup, ooh, give me the Bucks in 6.
I got the Bucks in 7 over the Miami Heat.
Ooh, God, that would be such a good series, man. Such a good series. All right, so we both agree Bucks are going to the NBA championship game. All right.
They are the beasts of the East. The Bucks of the
beasts of the East. I love it, man. The beasts of the East with the Greek freak. Love it. All right, moving down, or I guess over to the West.
Let's go back. Moving on back.
We're moving out west. Our first matchup is the Suns, and I have the Clippers. I don't know if you have the Pelicans or not.
No, but I think Clippers all the way.
Yeah. I think I think the Clippers do give the Suns a little trouble. Again, if you rewind a few weeks, you might stumble upon a little episode where I said the Clippers were a really sneaky team to watch out for. They just can't get over the injury bug, but I do think they do play the Suns well. I've watched that matchup a couple times. I like the Suns, but I like them in 6 games. 6 games over the Clippers. What do you think, B?
We'll agree spot on. Suns in 6.
Wow, Suns in 6 against the Clippers. 100%
All right. 100% I agree.
Beautiful.
That's the
All
first
right.
one. Hey, see? Sometimes we agree.
We just had to get out west. All right, so next up we would have the Mavs at the Jazz would be playing the Suns. So the winner of this series, and this might be the biggest coin toss, I think, of the entire playoffs to me. I have this series could go any direction. The Mavs on any night can be the best defensive team in the NBA. They've got Luka. When he gets hot, he's hard to stop. But I do love the Jazz. I liked them a little more last year, but they've got all the pieces you want. And they really live and die by the three-pointer. So if the Mavericks can find a way to stop the Jazz from hitting a ton of threes, I think the Mavericks win. But I think the Jazz hit a ton of threes. And I got him moving on in 6 games against the Mavericks, meaning that would be a home game for the Jazz to close out the series. And those Mormons are going to be coked up, meaning Coca-Cola. Get a little caffeine in them, they'll be bouncing off the walls. Give me the Jazz in 6 games.
It was the caffeinated Mormons that put me over the top. I had Utah hands down, but I got them in 7. This is going to be a thriller of a matchup. It's going to be. I think it's just going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
But the Jazz can go on the road and win.
I think those
wow. All right.
the traveling Mormons. That's what they do best.
Everyone in Dallas is like, wait, what's that sound? And they just see them come over the hilltop.
Oh yeah, riding their bikes, their fucking
with their backpacks on.
Oh yeah, their backpacks. Their ties are flailing in the wind. They got that shit-eating grin on their face. Here come the Mormons. Here come the Jazz. Lock it up. Game over.
Oh my god, that's fucking great. Oh, good shit. All right, cool. So that would be the Suns Jazz would be a hell of a matchup. Next up, we've got the Warriors facing the Nuggets. Warriors a 3 seed, Nuggets a 6 seed. This is another one that I feel like could go either way. But
this one,
I just love
this one's such a teaser. This one is the one that's going to fuck up a lot of people, a lot of the betting world. This is the one.
Well, I think I know where you're headed, And it's probably going to be the opposite of me because I like the Warriors. Give me Steph Curry. He's a little banged up, but he's got some rest because he's been sitting out games, getting ready for the playoffs. He's going to be focused. He'll be dialed in. I worry about their ability to stop the Joker. Jokic down low is fucking tough to beat, but I think the Warriors can just go over the top with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry just jacking threes. No Jamal Murray again this year for the Nuggets, so they need him out perimeter defending, and he's not going to be there. So give me the Warriors, but give me them in 7. I think they have to bring it all the way back to the Oracle Arena to close them out. Warriors in 7.
Now, I said it would fuck up most of the betting world. I do not fall in most of the betting world because as these last parlays have shown, we are not necessarily part of the betting world because you have to win some in order to get some sort of respect in the betting world.
So NBA so far.
I'm picking the Warriors in 5. Give me the Warriors in 5. Okay. Clean, easy win. That's why I say it's going to fuck up a lot of the bettors out there because from a novice standpoint such as myself, I just don't see the Nuggets having a chance in hell against the Warriors. Now, I understand this is a different Warriors team. I get it. And they've had a lot of questions with injuries and whatnot. And is Steph Curry ready to go? He's ready. And the team's ready. These guys are more seasoned. Nuggets don't have a chance. Warriors in 5. Lock it up.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the series odds yet, like series winning. Like whatever team wins the series, like I haven't looked at those odds yet, future wise, but I'd be interested to see like what Vegas thinks and where people are throwing their money because could be right. I bet a lot of people are going to put some money on the Nuggets, thinking that the Warriors, haven't had the best year, but they're back, baby. They got Draymond, they got Klay, they got Steph, dude. That's their core. Jordan Poole also, dude. Jordan Poole is so fucking good. People don't give him enough credit. But anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. I already made my pick. Warriors in 7. Next up, we got the Grizzlies and the T-Wolves. This one I could go.
I'm going one way and one way only.
Yeah, I think the T-Wolves are going to be a little tougher out than people are going to give them credit for. Again, I said they were going to be a sneaky team. They're not as good as I thought. I was kind of wrong on them. So I like the Grizzlies, but I'll give the T-Wolves credit for 1 win, and I'll do Grizzlies in 5.
I went into the broom closet and I grabbed the biggest, fattest, smelliest, oldest broom I could find. I had to knock the dust off this thing. Yeah.
Wow.
And my neighbors were pissed because there was just plumes of shit flying off into their yards, getting stuck on their plants, and they're just like, God, who is this asshole? I'm like, guys, do you know anything about the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Minnesota Timberwolves? And they said, we're calling the police. So I got the Grizzlies in 4. Get out the broom. It's sweep time. So there's my second sweep of the bracket.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have a single one yet. I don't have a single sweep yet. Wow. Okay.
Hey, well, I like me some sweeps sometimes.
Yeah, and I, there's.
Is it that rare? Is it that rare?
No, it's not. I would say you're more likely to probably hit 2 than 0, maybe.
I'm a Wizards fan, and we've gotten swept so many times in my life that I'm just like used to it. I guess I'm like, oh, it's coming. It's like, no, it's only if it's the Wizards playing. You fucking idiot. Everyone else has a chance of winning 1 game out of 7.
True. All right. So next up, I've got the matchup between the Suns and the Jazz. Ooh. This one. Let me tell you. This might be the funnest matchup that we get. Just shooters on shooters on shooters. DeAndre Ayton and Rudy Gobert is always a fun matchup to watch. Gobert is just such a good defender. And Ayton, I think, takes that a little personally because I think he's a little better defender than people give him credit for. With all that said, I think the Jazz have to use a lot of gas in that first round. I think they run out of gas for the Suns. I think the Suns are a matchup nightmare for the Jazz. And I really like the Suns in 5, because give me one game with some coked up Mormons in Utah, and I think they can pull one out, but I like Suns in 5 for this one.
I got, coming off of a 7-game series victory, I got the Jazz going up tough against the Phoenix Suns, the heavy favorite in the West, bringing it to another 7-game finale. Ooh. But this time, they come up short. Just not enough gas in the tank, like you said. Phoenix in 7.
Man, so you got, it's either sweeps or it's going all the way, baby. I like it.
Hey, man. No, I'm all over the place. I got some 5s and some 6s in there. Hey, come on now.
No, you don't.
No, they're all 7s and sweeps.
Show me that, Brash.
Sweeps. You fucking asshole. So,
dude, that's what we should have called the bracket special: 7s and sweeps.
7s and sweeps next year. Next year,
one or the other. Yeah, next year.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it. 7s and sweeps.
All right. So we both have the Suns winning. They would get the winner of the Warriors Grizzlies matchup, because we both have them too, right?
We do both have the Grizzlies versus the Golden State Warriors. Yes. And this one,
I have a feeling that we might differ here.
We're going to differ here.
Well, we might, because I like the Warriors here.
Oh, Warriors!
Because, again, I just love the veteran leadership on the Warriors. That counts a lot in the playoffs. The Grizzlies are a great team. They're going to be really hard to beat down the road. But right now, the Warriors are making a push because they know that they're kind of on the tail end of what made their team special. So they're going to really try and make this year count. I like the Warriors, and I like them in 5 again. I like them in 5.
Got the Grizzlies in 6. I knew we were going to differ on that one. So keep it short and sweet. Grizzlies in 6. They're the ones going up against the Suns for the best of the West.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised at all by that. Like, the Grizzlies are a great team. Here's
what it really boils down to. It's the best of the West. We know who that is.
Yeah, if we're talking Western Conference Finals, I'm 90% sure.
I could have had the Minnesota Timberwolves, going crazy and finding their way to the Western Conference Finals. In the end, you're going up against the Phoenix Suns. We're both agreeing. Nobody's knocking them off. They're going back to the NBA Finals. Are they not, Josh?
No, they absolutely are. I mean, I've said it dozens of times. I said it before the season that I liked a rematch. They're just the best. They're the best team in the West. They're the best. They play the best team ball. I've said it over and over again. They've got the veteran leadership. They've got young stars. They got a big man. They're no one can touch them in the West. Not even the Warriors.
So but over the Warriors, where do you got them?
I think that it is a 6-game series with the Warriors. So, I think it's a little tougher of an out. I think they've played each other so many times that they just know each other well, and the Warriors can get hot at any moment. So, especially at home. So, I like the Suns in 6. I think that's the right number to me.
I got them 5 over Memphis. Either way, we got ourselves a rematch of last year's NBA Final. Here we go. This is it. It's redemption's song for the Phoenix Suns. I think we're both feeling the same thing, right? That this is going to be a little different, when it comes.
I'm on record saying it for a while, and I haven't changed my opinion. The Suns have given me no reason to think that they're not the best team in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So I think I know where we will differ, though, because I'm calling it right now. I'm busting out the broom, and I think the Suns win. Suns in 4, baby. We've been waiting for me to say it. Suns in 4. That guy is going to be courtside at all the games. Suns in 4.
He's got the sweep, and I got the 7. I got the 7.
Welcome back to Sweeps and Sevens.
Sweeps and Sevens. Brought to you by Brooms. What? Save that one for later. Well, of course, it's so fitting. It's so fitting. You hadn't busted out the broom this whole entire time, and now you want to bust it out for the final. Okay. Well, okay. Hey, so we both have the same final. We both have the same winner. But you got a sweep, and I got a thriller. We'll see what happens. In the end, if the Bucks win again, I don't care. I really have no stock in it, but I would like to see the Phoenix Suns win one. I mean, I don't think they've ever won in a final, right? Ever. That would be their first NBA championship.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
God,
so
all the times they've got close, man. Charles Barkley, Steve Nash. This team led him to the finals. Yeah, dude. They are overdue, and Chris Paul is overdue, man. That guy makes every team he has ever been on better. People talk about him being overrated or a clutch artist. Name one team that was worse off after he showed up. You can't. He makes every team better. So he's done the same thing with the Suns. I really hope he specifically, but also the Suns organization, I hope they get a title this year. But yeah, and I think they're going to do it.
Well, I'm going to go out
right here.
I'm going to get my Phoenix Suns gear tomorrow. I'm going to rock it all. Actually, I wish I could pull that off. I can't. I'm the kind of guy real quick. I'm the type of guy that can only pull off sports attire for the teams I root for. Okay. I think when we reach a certain tier of human being, like a popularity, then you can rock gear of any team, and like it's sure. Okay. You're neutral, right? It's style. Like you could rock a kick-ass Lakers jersey with a matching hat and some amazing Air Forces that are custom.
Yeah.
But when you're just some schmuck like me, you got to wear the same pair of shoes that your mom bought you at the beginning of the school year. Along with the same starter jacket you've been wearing the last 30 years.
Oh, my God, dude. You're so right. You're so right. Only certain people can pull that off. You have to have a special level of style.
Right?
In
Not
order
anybody
to pull
can just
off.
do that. No.
You're totally right.
But hey,
you're totally right.
Brash keeps growing. Who knows? Maybe you and I will be one of those guys one day, man. Maybe we're not far away.
Not like
it all has to start somewhere, and maybe that's the start with our segment that is endorsed. And we all know what it is. Josh, are you ready?
I am. Hit that graphic.
It's time for Just Joshin'. Just Joshin'. Brought to you by Mystery Smell. Where is that smell coming from? Maybe your sink. Maybe the trash. You'll never know. Mystery Smell.
Yeah, this week. God. That was a lot. That bracket special took a lot out of me, but I'm still fired up.
There was a lot there. We lost most of our listeners and viewers, but hey, it's your time. It's your time.
Well, they're not going to want to miss out on this. Because I'm doing a little rewind again, and I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse, but let's go back. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, and I'm taking you back to episode 1, where we talked about Brian Flores. And we talked about how I thought it was really weird that Bill Belichick was texting the wrong guy. You're talking about the most prepared, organized coach in the history of the NFL. And now all of a sudden, oops, I'm texting the wrong guy. Whoopsie, sorry. Oh, now there's a massive lawsuit against the Dolphins. Man, the timing of all this is really strange. Now we're starting to see some details coming out that Tom Brady was going to be a part owner of the Dolphins, and that's why he retired, and he was going to bring Sean Payton over as a head coach potentially, and all these like details are leaking out, and the timeline matches up. Bill Belichick caught wind of this happening, leaked the shit to Brian Flores. I bet he called him and said, Brian, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you a fake text. You're going to sue the shit out of the Giants, the Dolphins, fucking everybody involved. You're going to blow that shit up so that Tom Brady wants nothing to do with the Dolphins, because apparently he doesn't anymore. We can't have Tom Brady playing us twice a year. As amazing as that would be for the fan base, I would personally love to see that. Belichick knew what he was doing. He is a very cold, calculated man. He leaked the text to Brian Flores on purpose so that Brian Flores would blow up the Dolphins and Tom Brady would not become part owner / quarterback and bring Sean Payton in and have Tyreek Hill to throw to, an already decent roster. Dude, I know it sounds absolutely crazy, and I sounded crazy week 1 of the podcast when we talked about it, but all of these things are lining up. It makes so much sense to me. I'm just joshing, but I do really feel like there is a possibility that Bill Belichick is behind all of this, masterminding this whole situation. Because and we can get out of this. You can hit that graphic again real quick, and we can get out of the segment.
Well, hold on. I mean, let's do it the right way.
All right, we'll do it the right way.
Just Joshin', brought to you by Kombucha Tea. Kombucha. It smells like feet, but it also tastes like feet.
All right, there we go.
Perfect. Thank you. And yeah, I want to get your thoughts because I'm sure you followed the story at least a little bit with Tom Brady was going to go to the Dolphins, and that's why he retired. And there's a rift between him and Arians. Like, what is your take, and how fucking crazy do I sound right now?
No,
Scale of 1 to 10.
I absolutely love the whole entire story about Tom Brady potentially becoming the quarterback for the Dolphins, throwing to Tyreek Hill, having Sean Payton as their head coach.
I mean,
dream scenario.
How good would that have been?
For a Miami Dolphins fan, and just a dream scenario from a fan perspective, because to see that team go up against Bill Belichick's Patriots and
twice a year,
the class of the NFL Buffalo Bills, twice a year. I mean, and potentially in the playoffs, because let's be honest, if any team Brady's going to be on, they're going to go to the playoffs. So,
right.
That sounds extremely intriguing. Absolutely. With the recent news that has come out, there are some legit sources behind it. So I do believe that there was a chance that he was considering going to the Dolphins. Now, there are a few things.
Okay.
My first one is this. If he's going to go to the Dolphins, does he have to retire before going to the Dolphins? You're Tom fucking Brady. You have 7 Super Bowl rings. You could just tell the Bucs, I'm leaving. Deal with it. I just won you guys a Super Bowl. I don't want to play for this head coach anymore. He would have figured out a way to get out of it, That's number one, going to the whole retirement bit. And also, as far as I know, again, I must not know that much, but when you retire, that doesn't necessarily knock you out of the signed contract you have with any particular organization. If you still have 4 or 5 years with a team and you retire for 6 weeks just to get out of it, that's an easy loophole I feel like we've already would have seen done and worked before. So that's the first thing. That doesn't pass the Brandon smell test.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The second thing, when it comes to the conspiracy theory of Bill Belichick, I frankly believe you are giving him way too much credit. He is a smart football man, but I think you're giving him too much credit as a smart overall human being. I bet you outside of football, I bet you outside of football, that guy ain't that bright. I think he's just dedicated all of his brain is just zoned in to football, and he's a football guru. He's a genius.
Wow.
But he's obviously socially awkward. He's just a strange individual. I think he has trust issues. You've heard that from players that have played for him in the past. He's just he's an awkward guy, and and there's something about him rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. I think he's I frankly don't think he's as much of a genius outside the football realm as you tend to give him credit for. So and here's another thing, Josh, if you were going to text Brian Flores, hey, congratulations. And again, this is all associated with your New York Football Giants. This was in no way directed at the Miami Dolphins. So he was already thinking, he's this smart. He's already thinking, I'm going to send him this text. And then Brian Flores is going to be so irked by the fact that the New York Football Giants sent me to an interview where I had no chance of getting the job. I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to now sue them and the Miami Dolphins, and this will nix the whole potential of Tom Brady going to the Miami Dolphins. How the fuck would he be able to see the future and know all that? Now, then again, if any guy does have a crystal ball, let me finish. It would be Bill Belichick because he drafted Tom Brady in the 6th round. So if any guy does have a crystal ball, it would be Bill Belichick. So he either has a crystal ball or it's just one crazy conspiracy theory, and that's where it ends. And that's where I stand.
I don't necessarily think I think with things like this, it doesn't necessarily take a crystal ball. I think that you can get in someone's ear. You could get Brian Flores has an agent. He has a manager. He knows people. They're all in the same inner circle. Like, he could have planted it in someone else to say, dude, Brian Flores should sue the Dolphins and sue the Giants, because the Dolphins didn't really have grounds to fire him. And he was going to sue them anyway because the owner allegedly told him to tank games for Trevor Lawrence, and he didn't. So, like, I think there's more at play than him just going, all right, Bill, here we go. This is how it's going to go down. You're going to accidentally text the wrong. Like, I think that there's a little more at play here. And I think that was just that missed the wrong person text, tip of the iceberg, and just something to deflect the deeper story. I think that's what's going on.
The whole conspiracy is that he sent the text in order to cause the chaos that followed and ended the whole Sean Payton thing, which, by the way, we can already nix the Sean Payton part of the conspiracy because it's a fact, and I did look it up again, that Sean Payton still has 2 years remaining on his New Orleans contract. So even because there's been whispers about him becoming the next Dallas Cowboys head coach, he has to wait until the next 2 years before he's allowed to do that. You can't just retire at least as a head coach. You can't retire and then say, all right, never mind, I want to now sign for this team because I retired, so my contract's over. At least not for head coaches. Maybe for players of Brady's caliber, especially, but definitely not for Sean Payton in that situation. So I do think that doesn't hold up. Sounds great though. Now, could the Dolphins and Saints have worked out some sort of deal? They're allowed to do that.
Right, I was going to say they're
allowed to, a buyout. They're allowed to trade draft picks. You're allowed to do that for NFL head coaches, just as you can players, which I don't think we see enough of. I wish we saw more of that shit. I would really sink my teeth into that. But overall, love the story. I wish it would have happened. I wish Tom Brady were a Miami Dolphin right now instead of a stinky Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We have to see that all over again. But hey, this is where we are. Fun to talk about. Food for thought. Well done, Josh.
Thank you. I just feel, again, I feel like the hot take from way back when was Bill Belichick didn't accidentally send that text. And I feel like now things are starting to line up a little more, and you can definitely you can attack this thing any number of ways. So I think more stories will, or more details will come out in the coming days, weeks, months, and even the year. So we'll
we'll get more news on TextGate when as the story unfolds. Can't wait to hear Roger Goodell's take on it when he's finally interviewed. He's like, "Motherfucker, that's all they're going to ask me about." He's going to kill himself before his next press conference.
All right. Well, there's one other little bit of NBA or NFL news that we just need to touch on real quick.
Real quick. I mean, we'd be remiss. I mean, kind of we have to acknowledge it. It's a freak story, right? I mean, and he played for my boys. He was drafted as a Washington Redskins. So say what you will, but Dwayne Haskins, R.I.P. He'd gone way too soon at the age of 24. Mm-hmm. He's gone after a freak accident. Nothing good comes out of Florida, and especially when you're crossing a highway. He was apparently crossing the highway at 3 a.m. in the morning, and he got hit by a dump truck. And
not a good way to go.
There's a lot. They're definitely keeping mum on this particular story because I've tried looking up some more details as to exactly how this whole situation unfolded and how it came to be. And there's plenty of conspiracy theories that are about to come out about this, but in the end, oh yeah. I'll fill you in on the political segment afterward.
Oh God. Nice. All right.
No, I'm just fucking around with you, but seriously, it is extremely sad, and as much as I disliked the guy as a quarterback for my football team, I didn't think he was a bad human being, and from all accounts, he was actually a really good person, and he did a lot of good things for the community, and he was working his tail off as a second or third string quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right. I was really happy when I heard he went to the Steelers because I'm like, good. The guy's now in a solid organization that knows how to take care of their football players and develop them, and he's going to get a real chance, at least to grow as a professional. So, just gone too soon. R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins. Sad story.
Super sad. The only thing I will add, I definitely think it helped for him to go to the Steelers because I think it humbled him a little bit. And everyone said his work ethic in the locker room was amazing in Pittsburgh. So I'm sure that humbled him. It got him back to like, oh, man, I know I was a first-round pick, but I still got to work, right? I was looking forward to that draft. Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, like that becoming a rivalry potentially. It would have been cool to see, but obviously that didn't pan out, and it's really sad what happens, or what happened to him. He's a super young kid. You hate to see it. So I think that's all we need to say. R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins, man.
Yeah, just a horrible situation, but it had to be acknowledged. But now we're moving on, getting closer to our parlay, but I also just want to quickly touch on the game that was. The reason I'm almost completely bald now is because of the game that happened on Sunday versus City and Liverpool. It was just as stressful, if not more stressful, than I anticipated.
Yeah,
I couldn't relax. I knew it was just going to be a complete back and forth. I predicted a draw. I got a draw, but as any City or Liverpool fan would tell you, we should have won. That's what you always say. But, sure. City, we scored first. We had the lead going into halftime, but we also, in the second half, gave them every reason to take advantage of us and actually potentially steal all 3 points. So just wanted to touch on that. It was a very big game where the league could have been won if any of those two teams would have taken complete control and gotten all 3 points. Neither did. It's going to come down to these final 7 games. Whoever slips up first. If the 90 minutes of City Liverpool wasn't stressful enough, these last 7 games are going to be a living hell. Yeah. But, it is great to have these two top squads in English football really carrying the sport right now, because they not only did they meet on Sunday, which was a great game. They are meeting on Saturday for an FA Cup semifinal. They are potentially on track to meet in the Champions League final, as both of them just qualified for the semifinals of the Champions League. So, you have not seen the last of City Liverpool, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it. And at the same time, I can barely watch. But I just wanted to acknowledge that City, Liverpool, still top of the charts when it comes to the world of soccer. And
yeah, the only thing I'll add is that I accidentally wore City colors. I did not do this on purpose. Just throwing that out there.
I did notice that. I like that. I appreciate
for anybody wondering. For anybody wondering, it was total accident. So, all right, is it time?
It's time for a recap. We can just
we always start with the recap.
We got to go into a recap. I said last week that this was the week, and yet again, I let our team down. I let the Brash Sports team down. I guaranteed it pretty much. And not only did we lose, but it was my underdog that kicked things off for us the following morning. And, my underdog was Southampton beating Chelsea at a plus 300. I made quite the argument talking about how, I picked Chelsea before, and
Russian owners.
I thought they were going to play for the team and themselves and, really prove something, but they haven't done that. They're falling apart.
No, they're.
Boy, did Thomas Tuchel, their head coach, was listening to that podcast, and he made a point to tell them in the fitting room, boys, put your boots on. Yeah. Listen to this, and he played it on his phone. That asshole. And they went out there and made a mockery of Brandon and his picks. They won 6-0 against Southampton away from home. Shame on me, and shame on the Saints for letting me down. So we lost our parlay right away, but overall, we went 4-2 again.
4-2, bounce back week for me. Finally, back in the winning column. I hit my favorite. I hit my underdog. New Jersey Devils. Those daytime hockey games. They're good for underdogs. The only one I missed was my fucking over 6.5 for the Avalanche. The automatic Avalanche. Those overs are almost always hitting. So happy to miss on that, but happy to take a little momentum into this week.
Yeah, I got a hockey pick. I got the Maple Leafs of the Canadiens. I got my MLS pick, Galaxy, squeezing by LAFC. That one to me was a true coin flip, and I'm happy I picked the right way. Fortunately, didn't matter in the end because fucking Southampton.
Because the very first game that we had in the parlay lost instantly.
It's time to move on.
It's
good things are on the horizon. We have 73 cents remaining in the Brash Sports Bank, and we know exactly what we're going to use. We're going to spend the 73 cents on. Hold on. Oh, no, we're spending it. Yeah, Anderson thought we were going to spend it on, equipment or something. I'm telling him 73 cents doesn't get us too far. All we can do is plant this seed, put some water on it, and hope it grows into a beautiful, luscious, disgusting Amazonian jungle. And that's what we're trying to create here. We have put that 73 cents in the soil, and we have a new and improved weekend parlay coming at you right now.
Brash Sports Weekend Parlay, brought to you by Bankruptcy. Filing for bankruptcy? Well, that sucks. Bankruptcy.
All right, Brandon, let's take some of that momentum into this weekend. Like you said, we're down to our last 73 cents in the account. I was too lazy and broke to fill it back up. So hopefully we don't have to. We can turn that 73 cents into a beautiful, luscious rainforest, like you said. Starting out with a couple favorites. I'll jump into mine first. Spoiler. Got a decent amount of NBA.
I like it. I like it.
My first favorite, I've got my only favorite, but our first favorite is I like the Grizzlies at home against the Timberwolves, minus 286. That game is on at Saturday at 3:30. Great way to just kind of kick off the NBA playoffs. I know there's one game before it, but still early enough to where you feel like you're getting in the groove. Grizzlies at home. They're going to be.
I love the midday games. Love it.
They're so good. They're so good. Having some day beers, watching some playoff basketball. Oh, dude, it's going to be a good day. But give me the Grizzlies minus 286. No shocker there. I'd be shocked if they lost. Even though I do like the T-Wolves this year, the Grizzlies at home are not going to give up game one.
All right, solid favorite. I'm on a little bit of a hot streak with my hockey picks, so I decided keep it going with a favorite.
Keep it going.
I'm going with the Carolina Panthers over the Winnipeg Jets.
The Carolina Panthers? over the New York Jets? Wait,
we got the New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers in a hockey game. You have to tune in for this. It's gonna be something.
I'll say, Sam Darnold looked like he could be good at hockey. He looks like he could be a hockey player. So put Sam Darnold in a rink. I want to see that.
We're gonna have Adam Pac-Man Jones suiting up for the Carolina Panthers on the ice against the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, if that's the case, I got the Winnipeg Jets. But no, in reality, we got the Florida Panthers going up against the Winnipeg Jets at minus 250 money line. I'm going with the Florida Panthers against the Winnipeg Jets money line minus 250.
Nice, dude. You had my hopes up for some Old Man Jones in the attendance.
Old Man Jones
at the hockey.
Well, the whole Jones family was going to be there, but no, they decided against it. They're like, sure, some people would tune in and watch, but it's going to be a mess. So,
I'm pretty sure NFL teams discourage their players from playing hockey games in the off season. Just a hunch.
Makes sense.
So anyway, let's get into some coin tosses. It's coin toss time, and I'm looking at the Nets at the Celtics on Sunday at 3:30. Another little afternoon. Grab a beer, have yourself a day beer, have a Sunday fun day, watch some basketball. The Nets are 4.5-point underdogs at the Celtics. I say that is way too many points. I want those 4.5 points. You give me the Nets plus 4.5. Even if the Celtics pull it off because they're at home, it's not going to be by more than 4.5 points. So if you're giving me Kevin Durant in the playoffs with some points, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them. And I'm going to take those points. So that is my coin toss. I think it's like minus 105, something around there. So around
minus 114. Minus 114.
Oh, minus 114. Okay,
that's where we locked it in.
Somewhere around there. The line could obviously move by the time this comes out, but I still like the Nets, even if they're getting plus 2.5 points. Give me the Nets.
Well, I also got
coin toss.
I also got the point spread in my coin toss. I got the Chicago Bulls going up against the Carolina Panthers. Get ready.
Okay.
They're back. No, seriously, the team that the Bulls really play are the decaffeinated Utah Jazz. They're not caffeinated yet. You just wait till the series starts. I got the Jazz against the Bull. Or no. Is that
no, you don't.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I didn't write down who I played, who the Jazz played. Sorry.
The Mavericks.
They got the Mavericks. I got them at -5, Josh, on the point spread. Obviously a really thrown together parlay this weekend. But hey, these are the ones that win. The ones where you fuck up constantly and you're only gambling 73 cents. So give me the Jazz minus 5 points against the Mavs at a minus 114. It's locked in. Okay. Same as your coin toss, minus 1.
I like it.
14. Let's go to those underdogs. No Carolina Panthers. No Carolina Panthers or West teams versus East teams. None of this.
Oh, I like that pick. We both got the Jazz winning the series. Might as well have them steal one game one. Love it. Underdog. No surprise here. Going back to the NBA. I got to redeem myself from the last parlay we did with NBA where I just got shit on. So I'm taking some leaps, I'm taking some risks, and I'm feeling really good about this pick. Although I have the Warriors winning the series, I think the Nuggets get a little sneaky and snag game one at home. Put the Warriors on their, back on their feet a little bit. That's at Saturday at 8:30 p.m. The Nuggets the money line is plus 215. I think that is value. This is a coin toss game in my opinion, but if you can get heavy underdog money for a coin toss, you take those fucking odds. So Nuggets plus 215 is value. That's my underdog. I love them in game one. The Warriors, they're gonna be so cocky. Look at us, we're the Warriors. Of course we're gonna win at home. Not today, or not Saturday. Nuggets plus 215. Lock it in.
Hold on, let me make sure of something real quick.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Did we get the Carolina Panthers in for a third time this weekend?
No. I made sure to leave the Carolina Panthers out of my underdog pick, but I did get the Bulls in there. The Chicago Bulls and they're not playing. They're not playing a West Coast team in the Utah Jazz. I got them in game one money line straight up. Do have the Bucks winning the series, and I made sure that wasn't one of my sweeps. I had to double check, and I got the Bulls winning game one at plus 380. Thank God, because it's all locked in. Yeah. So that's a solid underdog because it's a 7-game series. Bulls can easily pull off that first win against the Bucks. Plus 380, big underdog. So Josh, with our 6 picks, pick up sticks, we are sitting at a plus 10,000 even, which brings our measly 73 cents to $73. We would be right back where we were when this whole craziness started with the weekend parlay. In fact, we'd be up because I think when we first started, it was like $36 or some shit like that. So,
we'd be way up. We haven't been doing the weekend parlay for that long.
It's been like 4 or 5 weeks, but
4 or 5.
But still, either way, $73. That's plenty to put back in the Brash Sports account to yet again one last attempt to earn back that respect from our colleagues because they are giving us the stink eye, and I'm not liking it.
Let's be real about where the money is going to go. We're going to blow it on 6 more parlays if we win to this one. So let's be real. And of course, this would be the one that we were too lazy to reload the account. And we would have hit $600 instead of $70. But that's okay. You know what? Sometimes you gotta fucking go down to 0 to climb back to the top of the mountaintop. So that's where we're at right now.
If we win the $73, and of course it would be a total of $73.73. We'll take 73 cents of that and we will put it aside. Okay, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna tuck that away, and then we're gonna have $73 to fool around with house money. That's betting money. And then worst case scenario, we go back to that 73 cents. Okay, we got to pull that out of the bank one day just to get ourselves even again. So,
dude, I didn't think about that. If you put $1.73 aside, we got exactly 12 parlays to throw in.
There we go.
So there's a little basic
all right.
for you.
I like it. I like it.
12 parlays coming at you.
Anderson does not like it, and
he wants us to buy new microphones and shit. Like
he wants quality all over the place. We're telling him, hey, we're just a couple of guys playing, guitar and drums in the garage. You know what I mean? That's what this podcast is.
Right.
The sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll appreciate it.
We are the garage band of sports podcasts.
The second we are done here, I'm gonna have a talk with him and find out how Johnny was able to sneak in and completely sabotage our opening segment. Because as much as I'm happy about having our first guest today, and thank you, Johnny, for joining us, I got to get down to the bottom of that because something doesn't smell right.
I agree. Well, I think that's a pretty good point to just wrap her up.
That's it.
Yeah, again, big thank you to Johnny. A little phone call next time would probably help. Sheena Easton, as always.
We love you. We love you.
Going to the bathroom and coming back to a hot plate of food at a restaurant. Thank you for sponsoring this week's episode. And let's get this fucking parlay. Let's reload our bank account. And until next time, Brandon. I'll catch you later, buddy.
Later, buddy. See you for episode 10 coming up.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.